Today's first ride, first impressions bike is a 2022 Ducati Monster. It's the small one. I believe it's 937 cc's. I am again where I start a lot of these rides, it seems, in front of the windmill along the Amstel River. I start here because there's a loop that goes south from here, and it goes around a set of farms down here. And if I ride the loop one way, turn around, ride it back, I get about 50 to 60 kilometers, and it's a really good test for these bikes. There's some blind turns, there's different road conditions, and it's how I would ride these bikes on the weekend. Then I'll leave here and I'll ride through the city a little bit, because I obviously commute on the bikes too. And my whole purpose and what I try to get across in these first rides is literally, it's my first ride, first impression. I'm going to ride the bike, I'm going to get off, and I'm going to dump my brain. It's not scripted. I think a little bit about what I'm going to say while I'm riding and stuff, but I like to just let people know what I think about the bike on the first impressions. This is a loaner bike I have today. It's got about 1,100 kilometers on it. It's obviously broken in. I feel fine going out and ragging on it a little bit. I don't know anything else about the bike really. I know that it's got Brembo master cylinders. I know that it's that's about all I know about it. I really know absolutely nothing about this bike. So I am going to mount some GoPros on it, and we're going to head out and we're going to do some rides. So let's get to riding. This is pretty much a wrap-up for my day with the Monster. I'm on my way back to the dealership to drop it off. I was able to get it out and ride it a bit. I did my normal loop a couple times and had good roads to compare it to for a bunch of other bikes that I've ridden. Now I kind of want to give my what I really like and what I don't like and what I really dislike type scenario here. So I'll start with what I really like. The brakes. The brakes on this bike are amazing. It is dual 4-piston calipers with monstrous size rotors for this size of bike with a Brembo master cylinder. They are grippy. They work really, really well. They're very compliant. When you pull that lever, you know you're grabbing the brakes and you can feel them and you can modulate them. Problem, if you're not used to them and you grab them pretty hard and you try to stab the brakes, you really feel it. They really do grip really well. Something else that I really, really like is the driver information screen. It's a great size. It's not too big. It's not too small. It gives a lot of really, really great information without being too cluttered. It does switch between night and dark or night and light pretty well, and it's very visible both ways. It's real easy to navigate through using the up-down arrows and then the mode button over here. It's got a lot of really great information on it. It's got lap timers, all that stuff. It's got more on it than you really need, but the key to it is that it's not overpowering and it gives you all the information that you need on it. Other stuff that I like on it, I like the seating position. It's a comfortable bike. It's definitely a sporty bike, so your knees are bent. You're slightly leaned over, but you're not completely leaned over like if you're on like a sport bike or a super bike or anything like that. Now for the in-betweens. This is stuff that I both like and kind of dislike. The clutch. What I like about the clutch is that it grips, and it grips really well, and it's very noticeable, and you know exactly when it's starting to grip. Downfall to that is that it's got a very short window of grip. It's not a lot of modulation. It's almost like it is a sports bike clutch. Once you learn it, you can start to modulate it a little bit, but it's like an on-off switch until you get used to that. And it's thrown me off a couple times. So it's a plus and a minus. The Brembo Master cylinder also for the clutch is great. The adjustable levers really help to fit any rider's hand. And I like that about it. Other things that I kind of dislike, the gear indicator, and this is nitpicky, the gear indicator is right next to the lap button. So if you just brain fart, you could be sitting at a stoplight and you're like, why is this saying 4 lap? Well, it's saying that you're in the lap counter feature and you're in gear 4. Nitpicky, you know, that's just pulling apart. Now stuff that I don't like. The bike as a whole, I just don't like the bike. One, I think it's soulless, okay? This is not the monsters that you kind of grew up loving. You know, I had a 2006 Monster, and I thought it was one of the best bikes I had ever owned. It had really great styling. It was really compliant. It did everything you wanted to do. This bike, in my opinion, is just boring cookie cutter. It has good power to it, but it doesn't have so much power that it justifies these amazing brakes and this on-off switch clutch. It also makes horrendous sounds. It is just a noisy bike, and not just that normal clickety-clack that you get from the Ducati valve train. This thing literally sounds like somebody threw rocks and marbles in the valve train, and between like 2,000 and 3,500, it literally rattles, and I really dislike it. And because of that, it kind of throws you off mentally, or it threw me off mentally, and I didn't 100% trust the bike. I was always worried that something was wrong with it, and maybe something is wrong with it, but the bike's got 1,100, maybe 1,200 kilometers on it right now. Nothing should be wrong with it. I mean, really, what that sound, I mean, that is, wow. I don't like the tank. I mean, the tank is just bulbous. When you're up on the bike, the tank really comes up on you and stuff like that. It just doesn't excite me. I don't get on this bike and be excited. Like, I used to get on my Monster and I was excited to ride it. We were gonna have fun. I get on my Scrambler and my Scrambler is exciting to ride. This bike is just kind of cookie cutter, boring, check a box, put it on the market, be that mid-size, mid-weight bike in a medium price point, and push it out the door. Would I buy one? No, I wouldn't buy one. I think that I would stick with the Scrambler, that you can ring out a little bit more and mod up to have the nice brakes and have the nice master cylinders, and still be at a little bit less of a price point. Or I would spend a little bit more money and I would go into a Street Fighter or a Hyper Motard or something along that lines. All in all, I did have fun on the bike. I always enjoy. How do you not have fun on motorcycles? But with that, I'm gonna wrap this up. I am trying, it's kind of raining on and off. Now it's sunny. I've got to get this bike dropped off. I got to pick up my bike. I've got to get home, and I've got a photo shoot tonight of some other motorcycles. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it informative. Subscribe below if you did like it. I'll try to do some more of these reviews when I get a chance to. And then with that, go out and ride and have some fun. We'll see you next time.